Welcome back, Sips with Success podcast. I am Cameron. This is my beautiful wife, Erin. How you doing today?
Hello. I would ask you what we're sipping on, but
You
I
the-
made this drink
she
today.
She did the honors for us today.
Yes.
So what we got?
It is a cranberry lemon spritz.
Okay. So what's in your cranberry lemon spritz?
It is lemon juice, like fresh lemon juice,
Okay.
cranberry juice. I ain't got no measurements. Simple syrup. Simple syrup.
Just in that mug.
And some sparkling like water.
Yeah.
With a little slice of lemon on top. Cheers. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Refreshing.
This or that. Would you rather eat the same food every single day? Like you only eat this exact same thing every single day.
Okay.
Or wear the outfit you currently have on for every single day for the next year. So both of them are for a year. You either eat the same thing for a year or wear what you have on for a year.
Oh, I'm gonna go with eat the same thing for a year. You said for a year. I thought you were saying for like
the rest
forever.
of your life.
Yeah.
No, for a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the same food.
Really?
At least I can get my fitness goals.
You would eat the same thing every single day for a year. You.
Yeah, it would suck. But yeah, I don't want to be in the same clothes every day. Like sometimes my clothes for sure make me feel better than some food does. So
okay,
yeah.
What would you eat?
I don't know, kind of like what I've been trying to eat lately, like just a veggie and a protein. Like it would definitely help my fitness goals after this injury.
I would be vegan or like eat everything. I feel like if I did that, I would want to eat everything else after that year. Like I would never want to eat those foods again, ever.
I mean, yeah, probably not.
Yeah. That's just
or maybe not in that
way.
In that way, yeah.
Yeah. Because it has to be seasoned the same way. It's not like you can have a chicken breast, but one day it can be this way and the next day is that way. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, I don't know what I'm picking. Because I definitely don't want to wear this yellow shirt and green pants forever. And plus, like, weather, like in the summertime versus the wintertime.
Yeah, nah.
So I think I will have to eat the same thing for a year too. But I would be absolutely miserable.
No, that would suck.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Some people do that though.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty consistent. Maybe not the same thing, but like the same
basically
things.
The same
like
thing.
Yeah, it's like they have a rotation of what they're eating.
Yeah.
And that's just their lifestyle. But that's not our life. So
not at all.
But that's what I would do. I would go with the food, I guess. And
But low key, we don't really be going a lot of places. So we could get away with wearing the same thing every day. But being a content creator, that would just be so I couldn't do that.
Yeah, no.
So anyway, what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about? Oh yeah. So can if you're, I guess, in a relationship, you're married or whatever. Hold on, I got something in my eye. If you're in a relationship or if you're married, can you have friends of the opposite sex?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Okay.
You can have friends of the opposite sex. Wait, what's your answer up front?
I say yeah.
Okay. I think there are contingencies upon that, though. Yeah. I don't think that you can just be having these friends that are girls and it's just, like, these are what I would say make it okay. For one, I would need to know the friend. Like, this needs to be somebody that I could also be friends with. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want no bad vibes. The second I get some vibes that just ain't right, it just ain't gonna be right. So, that would be my first thing.
Okay.
I would also want to know, like, is this somebody, have you guys been interested in each other at some point? Okay. Just because I feel like that's important to know. I always be telling Cameron, I never want to look stupid. Like, as long as you don't make me look stupid and there's somebody who has a one-up of information that I don't know and I'm supposed to be the closest person to you, that is where that's what I don't like. And that's not anything against the woman that you're friends with. That's something against me with you.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's a trust thing.
Okay.
I also would I would also be curious, like, to know. Oh dang, I just lost my train of thought. But those are like the two big things. Like, I feel like I need to be well, like, around her enough and around you both enough. Like, I wouldn't want y'all to be off doing like y'all own thing all the time. That would make me uncomfortable.
Right.
If y'all were just like, oh, I'm about to go out with such and such, like, you're not welcome. Like, that's just weird.
Yeah. So what if he has like a female best friend that has been there, I don't know, just say since they were children, and then you met? Like, would you be uncomfortable with their relationship?
No, I wouldn't be uncomfortable with
that.
But I still would need to know, like, the dynamics
saying, like,
of the relationship.
But, like, somebody, like, I mean, kind of like us. Like, we've known each other for so long.
Yeah.
And even for the first minute, like, we were friends or whatever. So, like, I think.
But none of your girlfriends would have ever been comfortable with me.
No, they weren't.
I'm laughing.
I'm laughing. Yeah. No, they weren't.
So that's what I'm saying. You could never have what kind of friend I was to you.
Nah.
And we weren't, like, doing stuff. We weren't having sex or anything like that.
You can definitely see
Yeah, but there was a chemistry there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it was a friendship. I would say our relationship is rooted in friendship, but a friendship with a very strong attraction to each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, what about you? Would you be okay if I had male friends?
I mean, nah, I don't think so. I would be cool.
Wait, you said nah, I don't think so.
Oh, I guess I'm saying, like, I would be cool.
Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, I would be cool. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool yeah, my bad.
Do you feel like you have any contingencies upon that, or you would just be cool with it regardless?
I think it's different for men and women, for real.
Really?
I don't know. I think that, let me say this. I think it depends on your experience with having girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. So in my particular experience, I would say that I would be cool with it only because, like, I don't think I've ever dated anyone who's, like, I couldn't trust, I guess, with it. I don't know, being cool with other guys, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and this is why I say it's different for guys and girls. I feel as though girls are definitely always more locked in, especially initially, than guys are. Mm-hmm. So if a girl is into you, she's, at least the girls I've talked to, they're like into you.
Right.
You know, I know it ain't like that. I know every girl ain't just this wholesome situation. I know it's like to be put out like that, but it's not. I'm saying in my experience, I didn't even have to think about it.
Do you feel like trust is earned or trust is given? So if you,
it's definitely earned. So
you don't trust someone until they earn it, or you start off with 100%, and then if they break that trust, then it's like
I start off. I mean, I ain't gonna. When I say trust, it's not like, oh, I trust you with my life or something like that. But, like, I don't have no reason not to trust you if I'm just meeting you, or if we're just dating. But you always can prove to someone if, you know, they can break whatever you started with or even gained. Like, if it's gotten, like, a stronger trust or whatever.
Right. So for, I don't know. I feel like if I had a guy friend that I was just, I don't know. I think, like, if I was texting a guy that was my guy friend, that I was cool with ever since high school or whatever, would you be like, why are y'all always talking? Or, like, what do y'all be talking about? Like, would those thoughts cross your mind?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't really be looking at your phone, so I've never just looked at your phone. Yeah. I don't know who you, I mean, I know you talk to now only because, like, you literally will say, I don't know, this was funny or something like that. Right. But otherwise, I have zero idea. You could be talking to my sister. You could be talking to a friend that I don't even know that you talked to or caught up with. I have zero idea. Right. I don't think I've ever really been interested to look at your phone or anyone else's phone, per se.
I think the only way it would be an actual issue is if it was seeming secretive, or you weren't aware, or you didn't know the person, or if I just feel like when you're in a relationship, or more so when you're married, because it's kind of like when you're in a relationship, it's, I don't know. I just feel like
Yeah,
it's a little bit
it's
different. Yeah.
for sure.
Like you
I mean,
can't,
some people don't think it's different, but to me,
I think it's
it's
different.
different.
I don't think when you're in a relationship with someone that they have the right to demand you to let go of friends of the opposite sex. I just don't think that that's fair.
But that happens though.
I also don't necessarily think that's fair in marriage either, especially if it's somebody that you are really close with and there's nothing to be like to worry about. I think a lot of people carry like past insecurities into their relationships, and then that also causes, like, maybe if their ex was like really close friends with the opposite sex, so now they're putting that off on the person that they're currently with, and for whatever reason that trust was broken, however. But
let me ask you this though, right? Because I think my or I guess idea of this, when you talk about insecurities, right? And like I said, I go into a situation or like a new relationship, and when I say relationship, I mean like I'm meeting someone for the first time. Like it could be whatever type of relationship. I don't have a reason not to trust you.
Yeah.
And a lot of experiences or lack thereof, like the show, Love is Blind. Old girl had hella insecurities.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Megan Fox, right? Do you think it's fair that you can have those insecurities, and then me be like, I'm good on her, but you want me to really like you? Like, do you think that's fair to me that you're putting your insecurities?
What do you mean I'm good on her? Like, what do you mean?
If I meet you, right? Like, they meet in the pods, but just say we met
in a restaurant.
In a restaurant somewhere.
Right.
The vibes was cool. I'm like, oh yeah, she a cool girl. He a cool guy. We kicking it. 2 weeks later, all your insecurities start spilling out. Mm-hmm. And I'm just using her for example because hers are terrible. But I mean, they are, Poor thing. Like, do you think it's fair for a guy to keep wanting to talk to you after you keep basically blame him for something he ain't got a chance to do yet?
No, I don't think that's fair. Like, I don't think that it's fair for you to not work on yourself and then put that off on the person you're in a relationship with. So why not work on yourself
before allowing someone to get your number?
Yeah, because most people don't look at it like that. They just most of the time I feel like people's insecurities are highlighted more when they're in a relationship. So you might not realize you're insecure about something until it comes up and you're in a relationship. You're like, oh shoot, like, I mean, I'm actually uncomfortable with this, and I didn't realize it.
To her credit, I get why she was a little insecure.
Yeah, because like if I found out you were really close, still hanging out, texting all the time, and you had sex with somebody, to me that puts things that makes things a little different. Because
for sure.
If you are out at the bar and your friend or
I ain't even talking about that. I was saying like even before they even got to that point, old boy like he wasn't attracted to her.
Yeah, no.
So I get it. I'm just saying like. That aside, I know why hers were spilling out, but do you think like what's the point of continuing if?
I was gonna just say that I guess this is me illustrating of like if you have had a what you would consider 90% of friendship, but 10% there was something there.
Right.
To me, that does yield some level of insecurity for me, especially if you've given me a reason to potentially feel like you're not attracted to me. Right. So I'm like, if you kind of aren't giving me like you 100% in with me, and I know you had sex with somebody, and that must mean you had some level of attraction to her, and y'all talk all the time. And, some people with their best friends, like, they're cool with spending the night at their house. They might see each other naked. They might, you just, I don't know. Everybody's the definition of a best friend of the opposite sex can mean something different. Yeah. So that's why I don't think it's just like an easy pass. I wouldn't say it's an easy yes. Like, oh yes, babe, I would love for you to have like lots of female friends who are just cool. Now, if I can be cool with them and I know that maybe they married and they got their own thing going and blah, 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 and we all can be friends and kiki it up, then that's fine. But I know on Taylor Rooks's podcast, Too Personal, with Joy, what's her last name?
Joy Taylor.
Her last name is Taylor?
Isn't it her last name? I think it's Joy Taylor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, anyways, I know we had talked about this a little bit off of theirs, but they have like more of an unpopular opinion. Or I think, is it Taylor or both of them?
Both of them. They agree with their take on.
They think it's like a green flag, basically, for a man to have friends of the opposite sex.
And to be clear, they're not saying like you just are having like these friends or you're just going out and meeting new women. They're basically saying like from a level of separating like your sexual attraction towards someone and then your your respect that you have for women in general when it comes to men that they may be dating. They look at that as if you don't have any women around you that you don't even respect their opinion, like how does that basically how does that add up for me?
Right.
Like, in what way is that good for me?
Right.
That's how they look at it. So, and I get it. It's kind of like, well, you don't even respect other women. Like you kind of just, you got me, but then you probably are looking at other women like, well, I'm not talking to them because I'm not getting anything from them.
Right.
You don't always need to get something, and typically get something means like you're usually sexually attracted in some type of way. Typically, like that's kind of like the notion that's amongst men versus women. It's I think
Yeah, I agree. I feel like now though, like once you get out of those school years, it's kind of hard to just find a friend of the opposite sex because like I have friends from college, like friends from high school or like school, whatever, that I'm still cool with, But it's like, I don't know. Now, if a guy approached me, it would be kind of like, what do we have to, like, I'm married. What is there to be friends about at this point?
They're saying going into them dating.
Yeah.
They expect their guys to have some type of women friends around.
From like the past.
Not saying like we're dating and then you meet somebody down the street and then not all of a sudden
y'all are friends. But I'm saying like, okay, but what I'm saying is if I were at this point in my life now and I'm not married, I'm not necessarily looking to just be friends with you. You know what I mean? Like if I meet a guy and he's cool,
right? Like
I'm not necessarily putting energy into a friendship with you. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get
like
what you're saying.
I'm trying to find my man, So, I mean, if we can't get there, then I don't know if I would have the extra energy to dedicate to just being friends. That's kind of what I'm saying. Unless like, I don't know, unless we tried it and it didn't work, but we still wanted to be in each other's lives. And at that point, I feel like that's kind of weird. Now, if I did a year later find a man and then, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's why I feel like if you have friends of the opposite sex, I feel like 9 times out of 10, they're women you've either grown up with in some capacity or you've had since high school or college when like friendship was easier to create like because y'all were just in the same environment.
Yeah. Y'all didn't have a real interest other than just like being friends.
Yeah. Unless like maybe you're in a group of friends and then you latch on to like
I don't know. I think from our actual lives, I think having and I think this can be a whole nother topic, but even just gaining community in general, like trying to have friends now, like married at this big age, as we like to say.
I'm still at a little age, honey.
I'm just saying, like it's difficult in general. So like I feel like even for us, it's even hard to get everybody on one page. It's like, oh well, I mean, I got my boys, but then they're why. I mean, like the girls don't talk at all,
right?
So like that's also not conducive for me,
right?
And there's only probably one girl that I talk to consistently,
right?
So
and like I'm cool with her,
right? And y'all cool.
So it's not.
And she's
it's
married.
No,
so other than that, I don't even got. I barely got time for anyone else or anything else of that nature. But I guess if it doesn't align, or it's hard to function when friends in general, whether they are single or not. Like even in this time, it's kind of hard to maneuver when everybody not on the same page in general.
Yeah. Also, it was just it's kind of weird because like all the guys that I thought were just really good friends, they always end up liking me. So it's kind of like that, babe. It's just kind of like, I don't know. That's why it was kind of hard for me to just have guy friends, because at some point I'm just irresistible. Just joking. But like seriously though, like that always kind of ended up happening, and I'll just be like, it's not like a bad thing, but it's just kind of like there was even like Dante, like when we were like,
Dante was crazy.
He was so crazy. I feel like he passed away, but like if he was still here, like we would be such good friends. I feel like he was even really good friends.
I feel like Dante would be popping,
but he ended up liking me, and I was just like, what? Like
Dante ended up liking you?
Yes, I never told you that.
No.
Yes.
When?
Randomly, like, when we were in like.
Since we've been adults?
No.
Before I came around.
Yeah, I think it might have been before you came around. Okay. I think it might have been right when you were coming around.
Oh, okay.
Like but my
Dante,
junior,
Dante
my junior or
Dante somebody I would give a pass
school.
to, only because Dante was the type was like, I'm gonna see what she on. If not, whatever. We still cool. He was
just crazy, but we were able to pick our friendship. Like it wasn't.
I'm just saying though, he's that kind of guy though.
Yeah.
Like Dante, you couldn't really take, especially then.
Yeah, you could not take.
You can't take him serious. He's like, man, I've been around this girl. Let me see what she on.
Such a goof.
Dante really, he's like, let me see if I can hit for real.
Yeah,
for real. That's what he on.
Yeah.
Other than that, we cool still. Like, that's.
But
Dante.
we were like such good friends, and I feel like he was the one guy that I could have still been like really good friends with. But I don't know. I don't have the desire to have male friends or like friends of the opposite sex. I more so want more women friends. Like I feel like
that's what I was.
I feel like I get enough male friendship from us in terms of like from our relationship. Like I feel like we are actual friends, and we're also like companions. So if I need advice, like a male perspective, or just like your energy, like I know that you're going to be honest with me, not as my husband, but just as a friend, So like, I'm not really I don't really need that from other men.
Yeah.
Whereas like women, I do want like more friendship, like really strong bonds with women. Like that's more of a desire for me in this stage.
I think my desire is I want to have like like I said, a community, a healthy community of people that in my opinion they probably should be in a relationship, but not in the reason because one or the other could slip up, but just like they get where you are.
Yeah.
And there are, we do have friends where they are in the same space in terms of like being married, but like everybody not on the same page.
Yeah.
Like I had the idea of that, once I got married, like all my friends I then came up with got married, that we'll all be locked in like that way, like a actual like family.
Yeah.
But it ain't turned that way. And I feel like we growing that with
our
a few friends. Yeah. But like the people that we didn't like I have come up with just over the past, I don't know, 10, maybe 15 years or so, it hasn't been what I thought it would be when I got to be an adult.
And that kind of sucks because you have these expectations, or you're like you really, these friendships have been around for so long, and you just think they're gonna be forever. And they are. Like they may be, they're people you'll love forever. Yeah. But in the capacity that they were at one point in your life, they're no longer that.
And I guess in my eyes, I would have viewed their wives as those women that are my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not going around looking for
It's kind of like
friends.
If you're out of town or something, like you could call one of your boys and be like, hey, can you go take the garbage out? Or can you blah, 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 blah. Or can you go shovel my snow?
Or I do the same.
Yeah, or let me know.
Or like go check in on my house. My wife and kids are there.
Exactly. Friendship as an adult is
just,
it's
just
so
crazy.
different.
Yeah.
And it's like you hit, like when you're in school, you're in the same, you're hitting the same milestones at the same time. You're coasting through each grade at the same time. And then once you hit the real world, it's just like everyone's lives go at different paces and different places. And it's hard to kind of stay locked in. I think it's so cool when people have friends that they've had for like forever. I mean, I have some friends from like elementary school, but I still wouldn't say that like, and if they needed anything, yes. But like,
if any of them needed something, like,
but it's not
nothing.
like I'm talking to them on a regular basis, and they're like, you know, my baby's aunties, like where my baby is gonna see them all the time,
it's
and like
all
that,
of
these things.
It's kind of like that. Oh, when you tell them like, oh, I'm auntie,
right?
But then like, no,
but it's
not
like,
for real.
My baby actually doesn't know you.
Yeah. Like, I haven't talked to you like in a month.
Yeah. But, so I mean, it's tough.
Yeah. But that can be a whole nother, like, I feel like that's a whole different topic in general.
Yeah.
I mean, all the friends I got through, it's been through you.
Yeah.
So,
low key.
At least in that way, like the people that we've been close with in the last few years they've been your friends.
Right.
So it started off that way.
Yeah. But hey.
It is what it is.
Yep, it is what it is. And I mean, we have a good community. I think it's just we're trying to like really nurture it and figure out like who are those like core people.
Who are those
for
people
us?
that are going to be like family literally forever? Like, because I guess my idea of friendship is to be able to count on them as if they are your family.
Yes, like your chosen family. Yeah. So,
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can have guy friends, what you have.
Ciao. I ain't making no guy friends. If I ain't got them, I ain't getting them.
Yeah, you ain't making. I don't think I don't think neither of us have.
Yeah.
No, I can't think.
At this point, they will have to be like a couple friend, like a friend couple that we then adapt to, like becoming individually maybe friends with.
I'm just trying. I don't think there has. I feel like naturally, it would be a couple friend. I don't think we in the space to even be
entertaining, like
because I mean
one-offs.
Yeah, I think even if you did meet somebody one-off, y'all the other person probably like, oh yeah, I'm trying to see what that's like.
Yeah,
and then then it would be weird that now you friends. Yeah, so that's what makes that weird. But
exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
you can have friends. I can have friends. We all got friends. Oh yeah. But nah, I hope y'all
let us know what you guys think.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it was hard for us to have these type of conversations because it's just like
we don't have those. Yeah, it's like we can't really extremely draw on our own personal experience.
When sometimes it sounds good when we're like, oh, this would be a good topic.
Yeah, and then when we get to talking, it's like actually we don't have anything to say about.
I will say this though. I will say this.
Dang.
One girl was definitely remember my first girlfriend. Mm-hmm. She was like, "Does Aaron know you better than I do?" That was to prove your point.
I told you.
Yeah.
That was the one. His exes weren't too fond of our friendship.
Nah.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
I guess I wasn't a girl's girl in that regard. Well, at the time you weren't making sense, so.
How was I not making sense?
Because you weren't being with me, so.
Boy, I tell
anyway.
You. Yeah, if you rock with me, then you rock with us. We'll see you on the next one. Be easy.
Bye.